Marie.
I'm Mark.
I'm Travis.
And this is The Need to Know. So guys, today we have a wonderful guest and we're gonna let him introduce himself.
So hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Travis, aka Travy New. So something new for y'all to learn today.
So today we're gonna do a bunch of heated topics. If you guys have seen my page, I've posted a lot of different random little topics. And it's called Let's Talk About It. So let's talk about it. So, my bad. The first one is 6, so it's not that many questions, guys. Oh, I'm like, I can't read my own handwriting. Are you taking your significant other back if they cheated on you?
Alright, so I actually saw this question before and I answered it. I said nah. Y'all seen on like previous seasons, I profoundly professed that I don't take anybody back that's cheating. Like, nah, that goes past. It don't even matter depending on the situation. It don't matter, bro. Like, if you feel like you don't like me no more or you're not feeling me no more, I'd rather you just break up with me and we can move on than to go behind my back and do some dirty shit and then try to come with it. Nah, the rest of it, bro. I'm not taking it back.
I'll say the same. Like if you ever feel comfortable enough to cheat on me rather than, coming to me and saying me like, yo, there's a problem, so on and so forth, and us try to work it out, then it's either one, your character was always that you wanted to just go around be promiscuous, or two, you weren't mature enough to come to me and like handle the situation like how grown people should. So I just feel like you're just dead after that.
I agree, but it's like I've taken an ex back that's cheated on me, but I agree though. I feel like, but I'd rather you tell me up front to my face, like, okay, this is what I did, because it's like, at least we could move accordingly. See, that could be like, all right, I'm not feeling you, or like maybe we could work it out, or maybe you're just a dub. Like, it all depends on the moment of life that I'm in. I could feel like I'm trying to work this out now. Not no more. But is your emotional attraction the same or of more importance than your physical attraction? But you have to understand what's physical attraction.
So like how they look as opposed to...
No, not how they look. You could do it both ways. We could talk about how they look and then versus like you being like physically attracted to them, like you want to have sex with them, you understand? You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Cause I think people answer my question based on their appearance, and I wasn't like, that's not the whole.
Just
your physical attraction is more than just how you look. Cause you can look at somebody and be like, oh, I'm physically attracted to you, but you could also be like, I'm just trying to have sex with you. Like, it's two different things. Like, does that make sense? Or like I'm bugging?
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit unclear. Like the physical attraction part, like you physically look good, like your body and so forth is in order. I think everything should be like broken up in categories. So, like if it's gonna be physical, it's like, all right, how you look. It could be emotional, like the type of energy that you give off and so forth. And then there's like other categories as well. I feel like with physical, it's just more so like, we always denominate physical to just like how you look. I think that's just like standard across. So like everybody has their own interpretation, but just for generalization, we just say physical is like
how you look. Like you look good. What attracts me to you. But it's like, it's always deeper than that. It's always like, you could be attracted to somebody but don't want to have sex with them. Like, you understand? You ever felt that way with somebody? Like, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So you see somebody like, oh, you look good, but it's like, I wouldn't get that personal with you. Okay, so now we're on the same page?
Yeah.
Boom. Which one is more important, or are they the same?
I'd say based on my character from years ago, I would think physical attraction is more important. How you get the conversation started. You're more tempted to talk to somebody that you are physically attracted to as opposed to somebody you don't find attractive. But I think now it's I don't want to say they're equal, because obviously physical appearance is not like the greatest level anymore. But to a certain degree, it kind of does matter, because at the end of the day, you're still gonna, physical attraction still means something. I'm not saying like, oh, if I'm not attracted to you, I'm not calling you ugly. It's just more like, from my personal type, I just don't feel like I'm gonna connect with you physically. Like, we can connect emotionally, like obviously, if you connect emotionally but not physically, in my opinion, that's your friend. Like, I'm cool people that, emotionally we could be something, but physically I just don't view you that way. So
that's your friend? That's could only be your friend?
Nah, they can't only be your friend. I'm just saying, like, more times than not, they're gonna be a friend of yours. Like, that's how you view friends today. That's why people say bro and sis, because it's like, yo, emotionally, I know that you know, if we was to get together, we'd be perfect for each other, we'd be great. But like physically, it's just, it feels weird for us to be together because that physical attraction is just not there. So.
But do they look good though?
Yeah, they could look good, but it's just, you know, like Serena said in the beginning, like there's a difference between, you know, you looking good, but you also having nice qualities or features, but I just don't think of you in the sex wise. That's why I'm like, yo, and it goes back to the topics that we've been talking about. Like my best friend, if I could get with my best friend, I would. It's just
I choose not to.
I choose not to because I don't see them in the physical aspect. So it's just, you know. So I think both of them are kind of equal. I put emotional higher a little bit, but physical, like there's still some aspects in physical that is important.
For me, what I will say is that, well, there has to be some form of physical. If for like just at start. If there's like no form of physical, then it's like I won't even make the time to go ahead and try to see what could actually work. But I do feel as though emotional is like higher because like based off of my own experience, like I've had a few exes that like I wasn't overly attracted to them, but it was just the nature in which they presented. It's just like it allowed me to go ahead and go see them like long term. So I was like, all right, you know, this is somebody that's very nurturing. So I feel as though like more you mature, you're like, all right, this is a person that I know that around children they would be good, and little things like that and so forth. But so I definitely put emotionally like higher, but there still needs to be some form of physical like attraction, because I'm not gonna look at you and be like, yo babe, you're beautiful, like I don't think you look good. You know what I mean? But I still love you though. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I think it has to do with your character. So like I would go with emotional, cause it's like, you know, I feel like everybody, I don't know who I was talking to this about, but it's like everybody's gonna think somebody look good, and then somebody's gonna think that person don't look good. So it's like everybody has their own attraction, like what attracts you, and it's like it could be like the littlest thing about that person that is gonna make them look good to you, but to somebody else they don't look good. So it's like I feel like their character and how they present themselves, like you said, is like that's what's gonna bring you into them. So it's like that's more emotional than their how they physically look. But again, it's like, you know, like I feel like you still have to be like some type of attracted to them, but I still don't. I think emotional. I agree. I feel like emotional is more.
So one thing to say, right? I can scroll on Instagram, right? I can find, not like, just straight facts, right? I can go scroll on Instagram and find a whole bunch of Instagram models that look bad as hell, right? But emotionally, can those women satisfy me? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's harder for you to find somebody that can satisfy you emotionally than somebody physically. You can just go on Instagram, a girl can go on Instagram, find a bunch of guys she finds look good. I can go on Instagram, find a bunch of girls that look good, but emotionally, like, you don't really click with everybody like that. So if you find somebody that does, it's kind of like that one-off thing that's just like, okay, let me go ahead and engage more with this individual.
Okay, so this question, it was how I presented it was different, so I'm gonna ask you guys it different. So would you rather date a stripper or a porn star?
That's tough.
Damn.
Right.
It's funny because I actually saw this question when she posted it, and I didn't answer because I didn't know how to.
Because like how I asked it was like, would you rather be a stripper or a porn star? Like it was for like you to answer personally. So would you guys date a stripper or a porn star?
It's hard for me to say yes. Oh, if we had to.
No, you gotta choose one of them.
Okay. Personally, for me, I think I'd go with a stripper over a porn star. I feel like they're both, you know, sex professions, but you know, so like sex is gonna be involved. But I feel like with strippers, they're doing more dancing than they're doing, like most strippers that I know some strippers, like most of them don't even have sex. They're just dancing for money. Like the sex part is not like they don't do none of that. It's just straight up, yo, I'm grinding on you. It's almost like going to a party. Like a girl grinds up on you, they just do a little extra. With porn stars, it's like I understand like there's no emotional, you know, connection, but it's still physical penetration like every single time. Like
they're porn stars.
Yeah,
like, that's what
like
they want to do.
Like I get that's your profession, but it just feels like for me, like to be put in that position, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Like if there's any guy that's dating a porn star, yo, do you, bro? But for me, it just feels like if I gotta watch my girl get fucked by like 50 million guys, like I'm gonna feel not threatened, just more like it just doesn't feel right for me. Like I don't like all the girls I've dated, like, I don't want to say it feels like cheating for me, but it just feels like I'm watching you get fucked by somebody else. Like,
So you gotta watch it though.
Well, I don't gotta watch, but it's just like for me, knowing the fact that some other guy's fucking you, like, I get it, like, there's no emotional attraction, but it just doesn't feel right for me. As opposed to a stripper who like, at least I have some sense that maybe it's not gonna happen. I'm not saying it's right. Like, honestly, if I could choose neither, I'd probably choose neither. But if I had to choose one, I'd go with stripper.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna have to agree with you. It's gonna have to be stripper because it's like there's so many like other factors that come into the whole porn star thing. Like, the last thing you want is like you find out your wife is pregnant, you hype, and it's not yours. She did cheat on you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She did technically because you're aware of the whole situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it comes to a point where you might not even know if she's cheating or not. She might go ahead and go off and go fuck somebody else. And it's like, oh no, I was working.
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
So with that predicament, it's just, and she could probably film the shit and be like, oh, this was just an extra cut or something on some bullshit. So for me, like, I would never be intimidated by like the strength of some other guy being able to satisfy the woman. It's nothing on the sense of that. It's just a matter of like, I'm not about to have like some next man fucking my girl. And it's not just one next man, because you don't know what type of video she might be in. You feel me? Fuck around, it's like 15 niggas running through her and shit like that. Like, that's not cool. And I have to explain that to my children, because fuck around, they gonna go to school, they might see shit like that, or the children at school is gonna ridicule them about it. Nah, I'm good. A stripper is okay with me. Like, it's not okay, but like, I prefer a stripper over a porn star, definitely.
You're not ready for my question? You're not ready?
Point though, son. Like, yo,
so what if she wants to like explore other options? Like, what if you're not with the porn star and the stripper shit no more? Like, what if she wants to explore another option sexually? Like, what if she wants to go and do what she wants to do because she's not satisfied? And not saying like you're bad, but it's just like she just feels like she needs more than what you're giving her.
You mean like she's into like those cuckold shit?
Yeah, like she's into like, oh, let's go to be swingers and shit like that. Like, how do you feel about that? Like,
so for me, I am never going to be cool with me talking to a chick and she bringing up an idea that it'd be cool to involve another nigga in what we do. Ever. Like, like that just needs to be stamped. Like, it's like, never would I be cool with that. Even like, in the sense of her wanting to have another girl there, if that's my girl, you feel me? And it's not like just some chick, I'm just like, I might even look at that like, cause some people may say like, oh yeah, it's cool, da 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 da, but I'd rather do that with a girl that's like, you know, I'm just cool with her and like if we had sex here and there, then like, oh, this is my girlfriend, cause I'm looking at you like, all right, I want you to be like my wife. Or like, if you're gonna be my girlfriend, I'm only looking to go towards that. Like, you ain't just gonna be the girlfriend that just sticks there, like never goes up. Like, nah, never that. So if it is like, let's say she wants to go ahead and include like another girl, like certain flags may just start to raise, because it's just like, for me, it's just, I'd rather only do that with a chick that I'm just cool with and we have sex like casually, versus like a girl that's actually my girlfriend. Like, once you reach girlfriend position, it just should just be.
It should just be the two of you.
Exactly.
I agree. Like, threesomes, like I said, it depends on where I'm at. Like, if I'm cool, if I'm down for a threesome, obviously we're not doing another guy. Like, that's just not the way. We can do another girl. My only thing with doing it with another girl is, and I've always thought this about threesomes, like, I'm always cool with it. It's just, like, I feel like some form of emotional connection is gonna happen. Whether I'm feeling the other girl do something to me sexually, that I'm just like, whoa, like, my girl don't even do this. So I'm like, all right, now I'm looking at you different, or like, the girl doing something to my girl, and then my girl start having thoughts. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's just like, that always runs in the back of my mind. That's why I'm like, threesomes, I'm cool with. It's just, I always feel like something's gonna happen, to the point where like, either my girl starts feeling a girl, I start feeling a girl, or even if my girl starts feeling the idea of like doing this multiple times, instead of just like, all right, let's do this one time and get it over with. Like, she could be like, all right, instead of this one time happened, and like now, next week you want to do it again, and then we do it again, and even if it's with the same girl, now I start putting two and two together, like, what if this girl start liking her, she start liking the girl, and then like, boom, I get cut out, like, nah, it's just, I don't know, for me, I just,
Never compare people during sex. That's a big dub. Don't do that, because everybody pleases you differently. Somebody's gonna have something better or something worse. Does that make sense? Because like, that's like, okay, like one person I'm having sex with is like, okay, this person did this better than the next person. But it's like, that person's always gonna do something better than that other person. So it's always gonna be something. So it's like that girl doing whatever she's doing to you is gonna be better than your girl doing, but it's like your girl do something better than what she do. Does that make sense?
I just shouldn't be able to I just feel like it just puts everything into a space where it can get messy. And I'm a person where it's like, anything that might complicate my relationship that shouldn't necessarily need to complicate my relationship, I just like keep it out of the mix.
I don't think sex should complicate a relationship. Like, I think sex is just its own thing. Like,
yeah, but I mean, like sex again,
could be sex is added on to your relationship.
But that's the thing, sex has so many different emotions and attachments behind it. Like, it's not just penetration. Like, sometimes like, that's why some people could have sex with multiple people and be cool with it. Like, they have no feelings because, that's just them. But to some people, like, emotion comes behind sex. Like, if I'm having sex with you, like, that's it. Like, I'm connected to you physically, emotionally, mentally, like, spiritually. Like, that's why I'm like, for me personally, sex is not for everybody because, emotions is very, very strong. Like, shit is strong. Like, you ever met somebody that you had sex with and all of a sudden they mad clingy? Like,
yeah.
What?
And on some shit, like, just off of like me personally, cause like there's some people that like when they fuck just to like penetrate. Like, I fuck to leave an imprint. So it's like I can't, cause that's just how I am. Like, each of us is different men, so we have our own different ways. So it's like me, if I go ahead and I'm cool with another chick, I'm gonna go do whatever it is. Like, my job is to make sure that her ass will remember me. You feel me? So it's like, that connection is always going to end up being made, and because of that, it's just gonna end up being in something that's just like, oh damn, everything going in turmoil. Cause like, if you gonna ask for a threesome, you think I'm gonna give her a half-ass dick? Like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So like, it already puts everything in a toxic atmosphere.
So these last two questions, me and Shamar was in a very heated debate about it. So let's see what you have to say. So the first one was, what is the difference between dating and being in a relationship?
Oh shit, okay. For me, I've always personally looked at them as the same. I know that everybody has their own, like, some people may say like, oh, if we're just dating, it's just like a little phase. If we're in a relationship, it may be something that's like fully committed. But for me, I've always just looked at them as just like hand in hand. I've always looked at like talking as like, okay, like we're like getting to know each other and so forth. But me, I've always looked at dating and being in a relationship as exactly like the same thing.
So it's funny because I had this conversation with my mom. So I was like, our generation thinks that dating is like, we're together, and it's not. Like, we're supposed to date people, like more than one person, to see who is the person that we're trying to be with. So to us, that's talking, because like, that's just, we simplified it to be talking. Like, it's like, okay, I talk to you, like, and that's like, since I was like, it was in like middle school, like, we thought like talking was that, like, oh, I talked to this person. Like, high school, oh, I talked to this person. Like, okay. But it's like now, like, you get older and you realize like, oh, like, you notice like older people, they're like, yeah, I'm dating this person, but then it's like, oh, I'm dating this person too, and you're just like, what? So like, that's what dating is. Like, when you watch certain movies, when you see certain people, when you see certain things, like, you realize like we're brainwashed to think that it's a certain thing. But when we're in a relationship, it's like, now we're committed to this one person. But when we're dating, it's like, we can do what we do. Like, I talk to you. If I choose to do something with you, then I do. If I don't, I don't. But we simplified it in the generation that we're in, to think that talking is talking, dating is dating. No, and dating is in a relationship. So we choose to be like, oh yeah, we're dating.
I just think that the term dating, it just sounds too like.
It sounds
constricted.
old-fashioned, and it sounds very old-fashioned. Like, oh, like.
When I hear dating, I feel like I'm on lockdown. Like my boys would say, like, oh, you trying to go out tonight? Nah, nigga, you on lockdown. Like that's how I look at it when I think of like dating. Like, nah, my girl got me in the crib. Like when I associate dating, it's just like how I look at it is just like I'm talking to you and that's it.
Right.
But I feel as though like either way, there's not much of a problem if like talking is exactly what dating is, but we just refer to it as talking. As long as like if dating, the old dating still has like its own spot, which is talking, like it's still like okay. But for me, I just feel like once I hear the term dating, it's like I'm not gonna see. I don't really think of myself dating multiple people.
Right.
I always see myself as just dating one person. It's like that's the person I'm talking to. Talking is just like, it just sounds like it just say like, you know, it's just casual. It's just like, all right, casually talking to somebody. You could casually have sex with somebody. You feel me? Like that just seems like cool. But when it says dating, for me, it's just different. So.
But it's like dating is supposed to be casual. Like that's what it is. Like we make it seem like it's more than that. Like that's what that's what's lost in translation. Like we made it more than what it's supposed to be. That's what. So it's like what dating is what talking is, and it's like we made it more important.
I think our generation fuck dating up, to be honest with you.
We just thought of what we wanted it to be, and we're just like, this is what it is. Like we're just like, one person was like, oh yeah, this is what we're doing. Now this is what it is. Like, and we're just like, we rolled with it. We was just like, if your friend sleeps with your girl, is that your friend? I'm crying. This is what I said. I said, if that's my man, like, you shouldn't be wanting to fuck with my man. Like, if that was my man before, like, it's clip. If I was just fucking with him to fuck with him, then do you, sis. Like, I don't really care. Like, that's your business. But if that was my whole man, like, it's clip. You're a dub.
Now, you know what? I've come to realize, like, if you sleep with my girl while I'm with her, then yeah, obviously clip. But for me, I feel like if you sleep with my girl after we broke up, like to me, and I know the bros are gonna look at me crazy, but
I don't even wanna know.
For me, it depends on the time. Like, cause to be honest with you, part of me does believe in soulmates. So if that's your soulmate, then who am I to say, nah, you can't have her just because I dated her? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I feel like, obviously, like, if I date her and we break up and like the next day y'all together, obviously that's like, whoa, bro, like. But like, if I break up with her like, let's say 10 years ago, and then all of a sudden, y'all married with kids, y'all happy, y'all been together for like 20 years, like, what am I getting mad for? Like,
but how are you together for 20 years, you broke up with her 10 years ago?
No, I'm saying,
tell me where that makes sense.
Alright, so if I did
where that makes sense.
Alright, wait. Alright, so like, alright, let's say I'm with her like in high school, we 16, right? We break up at 16, and then when I'm like, let's say 40, right? And then that means y'all dated when I was 20 till 40. So y'all together for 20 years. I can't get mad at that. Like, I won't be mad at you and tell me, but at the end of the day, it's like, if y'all got kids, y'all happy, like, y'all living life, y'all doing good, like, what am I getting mad for? Like, I'm mad because you dated her 20 years ago? Like, for me, it just feels like, I get the aspect, like, yo, you're not supposed to be dating my ex and all, but it just, for me, it's like, if y'all soulmates, if y'all belong together, then as mad as I can get, like, I don't see myself, like, ending our relationship because you dated her. Like, it just.
I'm crying.
Can
I tell you a little story before I start? Before you go? Okay. So in high school, right? I had 3 of my friends. They all friends, right? I lied, 2 of them. 2 of them fucked with the same girl. The first person that was fucking with her, they was all in love and shit and whatever. They broke up, blah, 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 right? Now the second friend, she started feeling him, but she was already feeling him from before. You understand?
See, that's the problem.
See? Flag number 1. I'm gonna point out all the flags, guys. Point out all the flags first. Wait.
That's different though.
Wait! Because I'm gonna tell you where your story makes no sense. You understand? I got you. So now, I said don't get with her. I was like, number 1, she still likes that guy. Number 2, she's gonna play you. Number 3, she's gonna cheat on you. They still got together. I was like, in number 4, y'all not gonna be friends no more. Or for y'all not gonna be friends. So I was like, you rather you lose your friendship or you rather get with the girl? Tell me what your answer is. You rather lose your friendship or you rather get with the girl?
Nah.
Tell me. You rather lose your friendship or you rather get with the girl?
I'm
Off rip, what's your answer?
I'm gonna keep my friend.
Alright. You tell your friend that you're not gonna get with her.
See, that's different.
Flag number 2.
That's the problem.
Now, you get with her. Within the mix of it, she's talking to your friend. Well, your ex-friend. In between that, they're linking each other.
See, alright, in my story, alright, based on that story, that means communication was lost. Like, niggas was lying from the jump. Like, for me, I feel like if I'm with a girl, right, and we break up, even if the relationship between us two wasn't even like all that, like, it was, you know, in high school, we dating people just to date. But like, if we break up and then 4 years later, and that's been like, a matter of fact, alright, I'm switching up, hold on. Me dating a girl, right, we break up. I have my mans with me. And 4 years later, my man started feeling her. Sure, I could.
But how you know your man wasn't feeling her within the time that she was talking
See,
to
but
her?
that's the thing. If my bro comes to me and tells me like, yo, bro, like, no lie, I wasn't feeling this girl before, but like we started hanging out, we found out we like the same things, like things is flowing well. I want to get your permission. Like, is it cool with you if I go, you know, pursue her?
You know what's funny?
If I say yeah, like, I can't get mad at my man. Yo, if my man comes to me 4 years later after we broke up, and I'm cool with it, yo, what's the problem?
You know what's funny? That was said. He said,
Oh,
he
like,
was never feeling her until she said something to him. They never fucked with each other. They never hung out with each other. They never nothing. They was not friends. They didn't hang out in the same circle. Nothing. Like,
wait,
they didn't fuck with each other. Like,
and the man said, "Don't go after her."
Yeah.
See, all right, if he
Because
said, then,
because they were the two that was supposedly in love with each other. You understand? Right.
That's
You
calm.
see, like, you see all the flags, but all the things that you said should have been done that was done though.
Right.
You see, so it's still flagged within the things that you do.
Yeah.
Like, even if you do all the right things that you're telling me to do, there's still red flags in between those.
For me, it's just complicated.
Like, you're always gonna get good with the bad and bad with the good.
I'm at the end of the day, it's up to you. Like,
But tell me, would you rather you lose your friendship or you rather get with the girl? Like,
that depends though.
on what?
Well, it depends on a lot of things. One, how long me and the bro been together. Two, the type of friendship we have. Because I have bros that I've been cool for mad long, but I barely know them.
I'm praying.
But I'm not saying I'm gonna go with your girl. I'm not saying none of that.
But that's the same. But this is the same bro that been through that whole relationship with you. Like, bro, y'all gonna be da. But then you still gonna get with that girl. Does that make sense? No.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It depends on the friendship that I have with my bro. Like, if we that close and you've been like telling me like, yo, bro, this girl's stressing me out, like you told me all the stories, then it's wrong for me, regardless of how long time has passed, for me to go after that girl. But if I'm like kind of cool with you, and then you got with this girl for like, let's say 2 weeks to a month, and then you're just like, nah, she's a dub. And then like, let's say 5 years later, like, yo, let's just say randomly I'm at like some convention or some shit, and she's there. I'm like, oh, what's up? How you doing? And then like we grab lunch or something, and then we find out we got a lot of things in common, and then things are clicking.
They're kind of hard.
Like things start clicking. It's just like, yo, so what are you gonna do? Like, oh, you just gonna like avoid being with your soulmate just because you're bro? And I'm like, got with her 5 years ago. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's just like, yo, if you really feel like you and this girl is gonna really connect well, and you feel like that's your soulmate, regardless of what your bro did with her, it's like, it's gonna be a tough battle. I'm not saying it's not gonna be, but like,
You really trying to convince me that that's the right answer? I'm just like, nah, bro.
but
It's
that's what
not.
I'm saying. It all depends on the situation. Like, yo, if you really, really cool, like you tight with your bro, like you grew up with him since like the age of 3, and like this girl like violating this man, it's like, obviously it'd be wrong for you to go after her. But like, if you cool with your bro, but like, obviously he got with her like just to get with her, and it didn't work out, and then like later down the line, like you and this girl actually are really supposed to be together, like what can you do, bro? Like, are you really gonna get mad at your bro because the girl and the guy are really supposed to be together? Like, you could be mad for a minute, but at the end of the day, like, if you really love your bro, you want him to be happy, and what makes him happy is this girl. So it's like, to me, like, if you really my bro, you're not gonna let a girl come between our friendship. Like, that's just me. Like, I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, I want my bro to be happy. So if his happiness is coming from this girl and they're really supposed to be together, sure, I'll be mad for a minute,
it's
but
just so many like
I really want my bro to be happy.
pieces wrong with your story that I'm just
I know it sounds wrong, and I know the bro.
like, wait.
I know every guy watching this video right now is like, yo, this man's
wildin', you're wildin', but it's okay.
My take on this, I would just let this be known and right off the rip. If you're cool with me, my nigga, and I have an ex, and you try to go talk to her, or you at least just try to do some sly shit behind my back, bro. Yo, don't be surprised one day if I don't end up fucking your moms, bro. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Yo, and I'm dead ass serious, cause I'm a nigga where it's like, yo, bro, like, I remember shit. So it's like, even if I might be like cool with you, so on and so forth, I find out everything, bro. Like, I dead ass find out everything, whether it's the girl telling me personally or somebody else, whatever it is. But why is my nose itching like a motherfucker right now? Such a topic, right? For me, like, if you my bro and I have an ex and you go ahead and try to go talk to my ex, like one, if you ever felt that, yo, my ex was somebody you wanted to talk to, at least be man enough to come tell me. You feel me? Like, if you don't got the balls to come and tell me, like, yo, bro, I'm feeling so and so forth, can I pursue her? Regardless of whether I don't like this shit, if you at least come to me and tell me, like, yo, bro, so and so forth, I'ma at least look at you different, like, okay, you know what? I know that shit probably was like on this nigga head, like, damn, son. This nigga probably was thinking about it for like a week or so, cause he like, nah, I don't wanna come and tell this nigga wanna shoot the fade with me, so on and so forth. But if, like, I may be heated for a bit, but I'll probably think about it. I may not be cool with it, but I'll respect the fact that you came up and you spoke to me about it. But if you just on some like just sly shit trying to go behind my back to go talk to my ex, bro, I'm either gonna fuck your moms or I'm fucking one of your chicks, and I would never tell you. You'll fuck around and hear it in one of my songs, my nigga. Like, dead ass serious. But what was the topic again? Cause I just want to go right
no, you on topic though, but it was if your friend fuck your ex, like, is that still your friend?
Oh, nah, it's clip for that. Cause for me personally, there was girls that I actually went and talked to that, like, not necessarily my friends was dating, but my friends used to talk to. But all of them, like, I let them niggas know, like, yo, bro, like, I'm about to go talk to so and so forth. It wasn't like, oh, I'm talking to so and so forth and shorty find out or nothing like that. Like, I'll let you know, cause at the end of the day, I would never put my bro in a position to look stupid. You feel me? Like, yo, if I fuck with you, my nigga, and it's like, if I was fucking with one of your fling or whatever it is, like, and she throwing pussy at me, I'm gonna let you know, like, yo, bro, shorty, move a little way, I'm about to go handle that. So, if you see me and her, whatever it is, you already know what it is. You're not gonna end up, like, looking, like, no type of weird no shit. So, for me, like, but if you were to do that shit towards me, my nigga, like, some point in time, I'm gonna get mine back, bro, like, and when I do my shit back, it's gonna be foul, my nigga, and I will never say it, because I'm not a nigga that go ahead and spread my news. Like, some niggas go ahead and spread that shit on social media. Not me, my nigga. You'll find out about it in the worst way, my nigga. I'll, like, have it on a song, and, like, and you listening to, oh, this shit fire. Find out it's your shorty, my nigga. It's your shorty, my nigga.
Alright, so my last question. This is the one that we was heated about, but so when is the right time to propose? That's what it was.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out how to file these taxes. you like propose?
Nah, because alright, so basically, what was it again? So basically, I was like, you shouldn't be with somebody for like 10 plus years and still haven't proposed to them. I feel like that's a drag. Like, you dragged it. Like, we might as well have been married already. Like, I could have married myself. But nah, like, I think that, you know, if you think something is serious, you know, within like a couple of years, 5, 8 years, maybe 10, like the latest, you'd be like, oh, you know, Again, I said this before, I think that, you know, it has to do with like how you guys are, like how stable you guys are, you know, emotionally, physically, like financially, like together as a couple. If you guys got kids, if you got this, if you got that. But then it's like, I also don't think that you guys should drag each other along. Like, I don't think that 10 plus years y'all should be still in a relationship talking about, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But y'all live together, y'all got, like, after a certain amount of time, after like, what, like a couple of years, you know, you guys is married in New York, right? Like, you guys are looked at as married. Like, if you live together and you've been together for a certain amount of years, like, you could deadass put that claim that person. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like certain things, like, you know, as you get older, you feel like comfortable enough. So it's like you should be comfortable enough to be like, all right, you know. Again, everybody is different, you know. Certain people aren't ready to get married or they don't want to get married. But again, you should tell your significant other, like, bro, I'm not trying to get married. Like, don't drag somebody along. But I said 10 plus years is drag. That's between 5 and 8 years. That's what I said.
Alright, so like Serena said, we was in a heated debate yesterday.
You talking about prenups and shit, yo.
Yeah,
it got heated. I don't know, yo.
Because it stemmed from the last question we asked, like basically how long should you be talking to somebody? Like basically everybody was saying like 3 to 6 months and all that, and then Serena was like, she was saying like, oh, it depends.
What did I say?
I think you said like it could go to a year or something like that.
Oh, that was what it was. I was like, oh, how long should you be talking to? You was like, how long you should be talking to somebody? And I said, it depends. Like, you could talk to somebody however you want to talk to them. Like, I don't see why you should put a time period on, oh, if I'm not feeling you, I'm not gonna get with you. Like, but if I want to talk to you, I'm gonna talk to you. Like,
but that's what I was saying. So yeah, that's why I got heated. So like, all right, so back to the marriage thing. So basically, I was like, the reason why I felt like if it goes 10 years, to me, it doesn't really matter how long you wait until you propose, because like marriage for me is so different from getting with somebody. Like, if I get with you in a relationship because I feel emotionally attached to you, like that may only last for so long. Like I've been with people who I've been with for almost a year that it didn't work, and I've been with some people who I was just as emotionally attached with that only lasted like 2 months. For me, I feel like marriage is like, yo, it's more than just, oh yeah, I'm connected to you. It's like, yo, I gotta think about financial situations. I gotta think about prenups, because
oh my God.
If we know about prenups, bro, if you don't sign a prenup and y'all get divorced, she takes half. Like, regardless of it, whoever makes the woman. So let's say you guys got married, right? You don't sign a prenup. You making $100K a year and she working at McDonald's, my nigga. Like, if she divorces you, she files those divorce papers, my nigga, you gotta give her $50,000 off rip, no questions asked. Like, and if the judge orders that shit, bro, it's clipped, and you have to give her money every single month just for her to survive, bro. Like, it don't matter, like, bro.
But you know, but that's what is that called? That's called spousal support or something shit like that,
yeah.
right? But you have to file for that. Like, you can't just get that. You have to file for that.
Yeah, but if the wife asks for it though,
again, that's a selfish person, and that's what I was trying to explain. Like, that's a selfish person, because it's like, if we're married, if we came into this and you have what you had and I have what I had, we're gonna leave with what we had. And if what we build together, then we split that. That's what I feel. I'm not gonna marry a selfish motherfucker. That's best believe I'm not marrying a selfish motherfucker.
But the thing is, people have ulterior motives. Sometimes you don't always see that from jump.
I agree.
Like,
I'm saying.
For example, did Jay-Z and Beyonce sign a prenup, and they supposed to be like the most glorious of like couples and so forth. Like, some of the time it's deeper than just thought. You feel me? You might feel as though like, yo, I might genuinely really love this chick, but like, then again, I can't trust nobody. You feel me? So
you
it's
never
like,
know what's gonna happen.
And that's what I was trying to say. Marriage should be spiritual. It shouldn't be a business transaction. That's what it is. You guys, we all are brainwashed to think that it's a business transaction. Yes, it's a contract that I fucking signed, because in fucking America, you gotta sign a fucking piece of paper.
For me though, yo, no lie, I get it. Marriage is supposed to be like this love, like connection, and I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do want to get married eventually, but for me, like, that's why so many guys are like constantly waiting to propose, because it's like, yo, it's more than just being in love. Like, I've been in love with people that I'm not with today. Like, you gotta understand, like, it's more than just, yo, I'm connected to you. Like, I have to think about the money that's gonna go in. I have to think about if we have kids, like, what happens if we get divorced, like, how the kids are gonna handle it. Like, there's so many aspects to marriage that are just, it's very important for you to like I need to know for sure that I know you and like.
But you know you fall out of love, right?
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Like you can fall out of love with somebody.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like.
Legit, like.
That's why bread ain't gonna fall out my pocket to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. That is communication. You guys have to learn how to be like, all right, well, I don't feel this way no more. What is happening? Like, what are we about to do? Like, what's gonna happen? It's like y'all have to be grown ups. Like, especially if you got motherfucking kids. Like,
yeah. I'm not saying like marriage is a bad thing. Like, if you want to get, I want to get married. If you want to get married, get married. I'm just saying like, when it comes to, you know, like how long you should wait, I don't feel like there's a time period because like, especially with communication, like communication should always be involved. But like I know people who got together when they was 15 and they 25 and they still not ready. Like, cause it's
nah. That's drag though. But
yo, marriage is.
They should have been married already, like.
Bro, nah,
2 years ago.
marriage is that's a whole different. People just assume like. A matter of fact, I think this generation today has lowered the value of marriage. Like,
exactly, because it's supposed to be spiritual.
Right, but it's also about the money, bro. Like, nah, it's not just about the money, but it's also about the money. Like, people love to just get married because
you put value on things, like.
But you gotta. Nah, I'm saying like I'm not saying marriage is supposed to be about money. Like, of course, marriage is supposed to be. Oh, it's dead.
Oh my gosh, not shit, man.
Yo, I'm still trying to weave out all the hot girls, my nigga. So you feel me? I still got a little bit to go before I'm thinking like anything in regards to marriage. But I just feel as though marriage is something that like it's a big thing, and I really think that people gotta like really stop and think about that shit sometimes. Where it's like. Bro, you don't just get up and be like, oh yeah, I want to get married, my nigga. Like, when you say that, it literally is like you writing down saying like, I see this person as a mate that I could live with for the rest of my life. You feel me? Like the shit that you say, my nigga, in sickness and health, my nigga, for richer or for poor. Like a lot of these things that you hear people say in these vows, like some people are just like, oh yeah, they said it. Like, nah, my nigga, like you really have to think about that shit, and you have like 8 months to prepare. Typically, like people will wait like 8 months or a year, or whatever it is, to wait. That whole time, you really have to be like, this is really. You have to fully, all the way. This is something I want to do. This is something I want to do. Most people be like, they don't even know what the fuck next job they want to go ahead and go work, much less that. So it's like it's something you have to really take the time out for.
Right. So I agree. That was all my questions though. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about you. Okay, so real quick, you wanna talk about yourself? Okay. You're gonna tell us where to find your music, what's coming up, what's your projects, all that good stuff. Go.
Okay. Alright, so I'm Travis, aka Travi New, aka This Is New, but I ain't new to this, aka Travi New in your speakers. But yeah, so I'm a rapper, singer, dancer, poet, you name it. I even audio engineer right now. That's what I've basically been doing. I got so much in store. So I have something that every Thursday I drop. It's called Travi Thursdays. I basically remix either a new song that dropped or like one of the old time classics that people love. And I go ahead and I post them every Thursday. And in addition to that, I have a whole bunch of songs that I've just been working on. My next tape that I'm working on, I'm letting y'all know, like, when I drop this shit, this shit's going to be different. So I'm not gonna give too much detail on it, but it's going to be basically like a storyline. So it's gonna have like certain skits and so forth in it, but it's gonna go on like an emotional roller coaster ride. So, but it's gonna be like shit you could really bump to, or you could like jug if you're just like rolling around the house, you're headed somewhere, you're going to a club, whatever it is. All those type of vibes within it. But that's coming on at a later time because I want to make sure that everything is put out properly. See, some people, they like, when they have their music and so forth, they're like, oh yeah, let me just drop this. And it's like, what I had realized is I had so much, like for me, I felt like I had so much good music, but it was just like, I wasn't putting it out on all the platforms that I wanted it to. So it's like, I was putting it on SoundCloud, and I'm just like, nah, my nigga. It's like, it's okay when you put your music on SoundCloud, but it's like, some people don't take you serious. Like, so I used to joke around like, I'm the SoundCloud rapper. And then I go ahead and go spit some shit, and they like, oh, this nigga can really rap. And I'm just like, yeah, my nigga. Like, I just feel as though like that whole stigma of like, you put your shit on SoundCloud, it doesn't mean that you just say a bunch of dumb shit to a beat. Like you can act, there's actually lyricists that's out here. But yeah, so I'm just taking my time with that because I want to have all my shit on all streaming platforms, do it all myself. And personally, you know, I've just been learning the in and outs of like the music. You feel me? Because there's so many people that just like, they want to get in music, but they just go into it so blindly. And it's like, niggas is just trying to get signed. And it's like, okay, bro, when you get signed, what's the next step? You feel me? Like, you have to have like certain layers and understand certain shit, like the business aspect of it, how you're publishing and so forth. Like, so many different like parts to it that if you don't understand it, you'll never understand how your money coming. If you don't understand how your money coming, how the fuck you gonna live off of music?
Right.
So for me, I've just been taking my time with all of that and just understanding the gist of that. Little backstory, I've only been doing music for like a year and change. July 5th, 2018, I started doing music. Yo, the shit's been like the greatest thing ever. And for me, my main thing with music is just that I've always felt liberated with it. You know, some people, they just make music just to, oh yeah, you know, I want to be popping. Like, when I started making music, it wasn't on anything like that. It wasn't like I was trying to be known or something like that. It was just like a way of expression. Right. So when I was able to come on these tracks and I'm just like, I'm venting, and people are like, yo, that shit's fire. I'm like, yo, my nigga, just listen to the lyrics. Yeah. And you'll understand that like, yo, there's so much hidden deep beneath what I'm actually saying that like, yo, if you take the time and listen to it, you can see like, oh damn, like this nigga's really talking about a whole situation. So like, yeah, that's just one thing I want people to go ahead and go pay attention to in my music. As much as I may make all different type of, whether it's R&B, reggae, because I even have reggae songs. I have reggae, Afrobeat songs. I have, you could say even trap. I got hip hop, rap. So many types of sounds that I've just been like formulating and so forth. That I just can't wait to go ahead and go put it all out, to be honest. Alright, so if you want to go ahead and go find out or check out any of my songs, any of my music, any of the things that I'm doing, you can go ahead and you can follow my IG at TravyNew, TravyYYNU. My Facebook name is also TravyNew, but Travy, TravyYY space NU. My SoundCloud, same thing, TravyNew, TravyYYNU.
So guys, that was our wonderful guest. Make sure you check him out. We don't have no updates, we're not talking about it yet.
I do have an update though.
Okay.
I bet. So I have a project coming up, a documentary, looking for young adults, 18 to 27. I'm gonna talk to Serena about it, but she might be part of it. So. Alright, cool. So if you want to be part of it and you live in New York, hit me up like now, because we're gonna start in January 2020. That's it though.
As always, make sure you follow me on social media. My Instagram and my Twitter is BreTheHost.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _WeWantMore.
And make sure you follow Wonderful Show's page at TNTK Show on Instagram and Twitter. As always, guys, make sure you like, you comment, you share, subscribe. Bye, guys.